Hi everyone, this is Mrs. O'Connor, one of the BET teachers at Matzah TBA. For this morning at Matzah TBA Babayit, I'm going to read all of you a special Passover story. But first, I want to give a shout out to my class. You guys, you're going to love this story, and I know all the rest of you will too. It's called the Matzah Ball. You know, it's not always easy being Jewish, but sometimes it can lead to miracles. In fact, it happened to me just last year at an Orioles game at Camden Yards. Larry's dad had tickets to an early season game, and Larry had invited Dan and Kate and me to go along. We're all on a neighborhood softball team together, and he knew that we'd really enjoy watching the O's clobber the Rangers. I was telling my mom how excited I was when her voice shattered my visions of home runs flying out to Utah Street. Don't forget, Aaron, the game is during Passover. No hot pretzels, no Cracker Jacks, and no ice cream. You'll have to bring your own food. "Aw, Mom," I groaned. "How can you enjoy a baseball game without junk food? The other kids aren't Jewish, and they'll be able to eat anything they want. It's not fair." "Sorry, Aaron," she answered. "Those are the rules." I was really mad. The day of the game was perfect. It was sunny and cool. Mom packed me a Passover lunch with matzah, tuna fish in a container, chocolate chip macaroons, and those sugary fruit slices. When I arrived at Larry's house, he wanted to know what was in my bag. "It's my lunch," I grumbled. "It's Passover, so I can't eat the usual stuff at the ballpark." "Oh, too bad." And then his face brightened. "Do you have any of those great tasting Passover cookies?" "You mean macaroons?" "Of course I do. What else would my mom have packed?" "Oh, I love macaroons." "Well, okay, Larry. I'll let you have some when we get to the ballpark." Well, we drove to Camden Yards. Larry's father had a parking permit that got us into a special lot right near the stadium. We joined all of the people going in. Lines were already forming at the concession stands, and everything smelled so good. We bought our scorecards, found our seats, and settled in for the game. Well, 3 pitches into the first inning, Larry asked me about the macaroons. "Ooh, you have macaroons?" sighed Kate. "I love macaroons." And then she began to rummage through my lunch bag, and then she found the fruit slices. "These look so good. Will you share?" My lunch was fast disappearing, but I wasn't so crazy about macaroons and fruit slices, so I decided to share. Well, the game was a baseball triumph and a culinary disaster. The Orioles scored run after run. Ripken was tremendous, Anderson was fabulous, Devereaux was dazzling, and I was starving. It turned out that Larry's dad has a thing for matzah, so I gave him some of mine. Thanks to Dan, the tuna fish was gone by the second inning. My friends were happily devouring my lunch, as well as every bit of chametz in the ballpark. By the 5th inning, I was so hungry that I started to fantasize about opening a special kosher for Passover food stand at Oriole Park. I prayed that the game wouldn't go into extra innings. In the bottom of the 8th, the Rangers had a pitching change. My friends decided to head out to the concession stand one last time. I stayed behind feeling really sorry for myself. Suddenly, I felt someone tapping on my shoulder and turned to see that an old man had sat down next to me. "Hi," he said. I noticed your lunch bag. It reminds me of when my mother used to pack a Passover lunch for me when we'd go out to Ebbets Field." "You were at Ebbets Field?" My mouth dropped open. "Well, sure," he said. "Those were the good old days. Tons of matzah and macaroons all over the place. You weren't distracted with buying junk food, and you could concentrate on the game. You know what I mean?" "Yeah, I guess so." Well, suddenly I saw myself as part of the Ebbets Field gang. All those Jewish kids eating their Passover lunches, watching Jackie Robinson stealing second. I didn't feel so alone anymore. "I still bring my own lunch," he said. "Here, would you like another piece of matzah?" "Thanks," I said, and turned back to the game. I ignored the sing-song of the peanut vendor and kept my eyes on the field. The new Rangers pitcher wasn't helping his team out at all. The O's had guys at the corners, on a walk, and a single up the middle bobbled by the second baseman. Well, Cal was up to bat. A fastball whizzed by for strike one. He fouled the next one off the first baseline. 2 balls followed. The old guy next to me whispered a small prayer. "Just one home run, Cal. Dayenu. That will be enough." Then I heard the crack of the bat and saw the ball heading in our direction. It was too late to grab my glove. The matzah was all I had. It would have to be enough. I held it up in the air and heard the old man yell, "It's yours, Aaron!" The ball shattered the matzah into a million pieces, and it fell into my lap. I clutched it and turned to thank him, but he had disappeared. Where had he gone? He'd just been there. I had the matzah, or at least the crumbs to prove it. When my friends returned, they nearly fainted when they saw the ball. "Congratulations," Larry's dad said. "Aren't you lucky that you weren't standing out in the concession line with us?" Well, now, if someone just tells me there's no such thing as a miracle, I just smile and I show them my matzah ball. I wonder, though, sometimes when I look at it, whatever happened to my friend from Ebbets Field? And come to think of it, how did he know my name? Well, some people might think that the old man was actually the spirit of the prophet Elijah. He comes to our houses during Passover and knocks on the door, and we open the door for him. And in some houses, all of the wine in Elijah's cup disappears. At least that's what happens in my house. So everybody, I wish all of you a wonderful and happy holiday. Hag Pesach Sameach. Bye for now.